our outreach to universities and other institutions around the world have been exceptionally successful. And my being here today is a testament to what we have achieved. Since the birth of this movement, we've assembled a network of supporters and partners, mainly through the internet, maximizing the power of social networking tools. We've acknowledged that the world has become a much smaller place. And what happens to the child in Zimbabwe affects the child here in Detroit. That when a mother is raped in the jungles of Congo, it becomes a stain on all of our collective conscience. Now I know there is a certain presumptuousness about the mission we hope to accomplish and the vision that guides us on this path. Because our expectations remain the limits of our lives. Because what we expect is what we pursue. And what we pursue is what we hope to achieve. I also know that there are some who believe that this call for change is all a fantasy. That we are too divided. And negativity is too entrenched within our systems. That Africans are too diverse. But I could not disagree more. For what the cynics have failed to realize is that there has been a generational shift. That this generation of young leaders and friends of Africa will not succumb to the status quo. That we are aware of the failures and successes of our parents and our ancestors. And that even though they have failed us in some ways, they too sought what we now seek today. And we intend to trace those footsteps that have been lost in the sands of time. Throughout the history of Africa, there have been pioneers who have held the torch that we carry today. The Nkrumahs, the Mandelas, the Nyeri's, and yes, the Lumumbas. Their stories have been a source of inspiration, but yet a channel of despair. Men and women who fought diligently for their freedom and that of their continent, but somehow along the way fell short of perfection. That is where our work begins. We must now become students of history. Let us pick up the chisel that has been left at our doorsteps and carve our stories into the walls of history. Let us honor and celebrate our mothers, the women of Africa, because they are the rock of our continental family. For too long, they have been underappreciated. For too long, they have been marginalized and abused. But through it all, they have never lost hope, never given up, always resilient. This is the true genius of our people, true genius of our mothers. We see that resilience in heroes like Lima Bowie, who along with a group of Liberian women prayed the devil back to hell. And if you all haven't seen that movie, I urge you to do so. We see it in heroes like Wangari Maathai, who have committed her life to saving our environment, and all the other unsung heroes who are quietly making an impact on our continent. To the women of Africa, to our mothers, we say thank you. We say thank you for not giving up. We say thank you for being the light in the dark. Because the women of Africa are the giants on whose shoulders we stand. We cannot and must not allow the regrets and failures of the past to hold us hostage and destroy the hopes and aspirations of our future. So we understand that the length of this journey will be long. We are aware that there will be obstacles on the way. We know that to challenge the status quo, we must do things differently. We must do things the right way. For we know that power never cedes easily. This has been a way of life. This is entrenched within our system. This is the legacy that we have inherited. Let us cherish the richness and uniqueness of our culture and heritage, but also realize that we live in a changing world, that Africa cannot be static, that we should embrace change also. We did not have the luxury to ask for this burden to be lighter. Neither do we seek this mission. But we accept it with humility and pray that our spirits will remain strong. We must let go of the complacency that has often tended to pull us back, because that is the only way we will succeed. Our stumbling blocks must now become our stepping stones. Greatness must now become our new frontier, and perfection our pursuit. Let us never underestimate the power that we have. Wayne State, this is our moment. This is our time. We can do this, and we all have our respective roles to play. Just the little you do. For united, we will break down barriers and overcome the obstacles in our way. I ask you today to join and support this movement. Whatever your movement is, not just mine or the panelists,